Artificial intelligence, AI. You hear about it everywhere, right? But what does it actually mean for us, for our jobs, for our world? Well, today we're going to cut through all the hype. We're going to break down what AI really is, see how it's already a part of our daily lives, and understand the incredible impact it's having as we speak. So, let's dive in. To really get a sense of just how big this is, let's start with a number. $1.7 trillion. Yeah, trillion with a T. That's the potential value AI could add to India's economy by 2035. So we're not talking about some far-off sci-fi future here. This is a massive economic and social revolution that's happening right now. So how does it all actually work?
Before we get into all the really cool applications, it's super important to know what we're talking about. So, let's start with the basics and break down the core ideas behind this amazing technology.
At its heart, AI is all about creating systems that can do things that usually need a human brain. You know, things like learning from experience, adapting to new info, and solving tricky problems. This is the engine that lets tech move beyond just following basic instructions and into a world of reasoning and problem solving. Now, a huge part of the AI that we interact with every single day is something called a large language model, or LLM. By training on just insane amounts of text and information, these models learn the patterns of how humans talk and write. This is the magic that powers all those chatbots, translation tools, and virtual assistants that are popping up everywhere.
Okay, so that's the theory, but where is AI actually making a difference? Let's move away from the definitions and look at some real, concrete examples of how this technology is reshaping industries right in front of our eyes.
And we're going to start in a place you might not expect at all, on the farm. Yep, agriculture. Turns out, AI is becoming one of the most powerful tools a modern farmer has, completely transforming age-old practices with data-driven precision.
The whole process is pretty cool, and it works in three main stages. First, you have drones and satellites acting as eyes in the sky, capturing these incredibly detailed pictures of the fields. Then the AI brain kicks in. It analyzes all those images, spotting problems like pests or unhealthy soil way earlier than a person ever could. And finally, all that information helps farmers act with surgical precision, using exactly what's needed right where it's needed. And it goes way beyond just watching crops. We're seeing AI help save water through smart irrigation, predict how big a harvest will be, and even forecast market prices to help farmers get the best deal. It's even being used to monitor the health of livestock. It's becoming a complete toolkit for a smarter, more sustainable farm. Now, this whole idea of using data to make smarter decisions isn't just for farms. Let's take a look at how it's being used to improve public services for millions and millions of people all across the country.
I mean, just look at the impact here. In healthcare, AI is helping doctors analyze medical scans to catch diseases earlier and more accurately. In government, it's making huge systems like Aadhaar more efficient and secure. And with platforms like Bashini, which uses that LLM tech we just talked about, it's breaking down language barriers, making everything from the justice system to digital services accessible to more people than ever before.
Now, with any technology this powerful, it's no surprise that it comes with some pretty big questions and a lot of debate. So let's zoom back out and look at the bigger picture, weighing both the incredible promise and some of the potential challenges. This is really the central question a lot of people are asking. As AI becomes more and more a part of our world, we've got to carefully consider both sides of the coin to make sure we're steering it in the right direction. On the one hand, the benefits are just huge. You can automate boring, repetitive tasks to boost productivity, analyze tons of data to make smarter decisions, and provide personalized support 24/7. But on the other hand, we have to tackle some very real risks. Things like job displacement, major privacy concerns, the potential for bias to be built into algorithms, and even the danger of us losing our own skills by relying too much on the tech. This quote from a report by Niti Aayog, India's public policy think tank, really hits the nail on the head. The goal shouldn't be to think of AI as a replacement for people, but as a tool that can amplify our skills, helping us become more productive and more capable.
And you know what? The data really supports this idea of evolution, not just replacement. While some jobs will absolutely change, AI is also creating a massive demand for new skills. India's AI talent pool is projected to nearly double by 2027. That means new opportunities in fields like data science, AI engineering, and analytics. It's a story of transition and growth.
So, you've got this massive opportunity on one side and some very real challenges on the other. How do we move forward?
Well, that brings us to our final section, the actual strategies being put in place to make sure AI is developed and used responsibly.
This is the guiding principle of the India AI mission. The goal is really twofold. One, to build world-class AI capabilities right here in the country, and two, to make sure that technology is used to solve India-specific problems and benefits all of its citizens.
And this isn't just some vague idea. It's a concrete plan built on 7 pillars. This framework covers the whole shebang, from building the massive computing power that's needed to creating datasets, funding startups, training the workforce, and critically, making sure AI is safe, trusted, and ethical. It's a holistic approach to building an entire ecosystem from the ground up.
You can see this same long-term thinking in action with specific challenges. This roadmap for the Digital Shram Setu mission, a program to connect India's 490 million informal workers with Social Security, shows a very deliberate, phased approach. It's about careful planning and testing to make sure these advanced tools truly empower people at every level of the economy.
You know, what this all really shows is that the future of AI isn't something that just happens to us. It's not some uncontrollable force of nature. It is a tool that we are designing, we are building, and we are guiding with every choice we make and every policy we create.
Ultimately, AI is like a mirror. It's going to reflect the values and priorities that we build into it. It will absolutely, without a doubt, change our world, but the shape that it takes is up to us. So the most important question isn't really what AI can do, but what we will choose to do with it.